Welcome back to Calling the Internet. Okay, so tonight that's this vid by Impressive and it's called Rihanna's Crazy Feuds. Beyonce, Ciara, Nicki Minaj, Azalea Banks, etc. Rihanna versus the industry. Yeah, just put down Rihanna's Crazy Feuds for sure. Reaction for the title of this video. Yeah. Damn. Well, I know about the Ciara one and I don't know about the Azalea Banks one though. Oh, actually, who am I kidding? I know about the Azalea Banks one. Damn. But yeah, everyone used to clap back a lot on Twitter. But yeah, this is gonna be interesting watch. I love watching people just clap back and all that shit. I love it. So yeah, let's see Bad Gal Riri in action. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to this reaction. Mate, you've got to be out of your fucking mind to not think Rihanna's hot though. Looks like A$AP Rocky's a lucky guy. I mean, if they're over, I'll happily slide in. Like I said, it's not every day you can say that you dated Rihanna, let alone slept with her. Okay. So, if he spills my leg, that'll be my karma from last night. Well, guys, snatched my phone and ran with it. Of course you can get hit, but...
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. Rihanna, as a lot of us know, is one of the biggest and greatest pop stars of her era. She has a slew of major hits. She not only dominated the music world, but
she's a millionaire, is it? Billionaire now.
The fashion world. And today, she has built a billion-dollar empire with her Savage X Fenty line and her Fenty Beauty line. Obviously, we look at her today and we see how much she has grown, but there was a period in her life where she had some really spicy moments. And a lot of us know about Rihanna's infamous clapback era, where she was quick to put somebody in their place. And not only that, she was involved in her fair share of feuds. However, to put things into perspective, Rihanna was dealing with a lot. She was an in-demand pop star, and she was under a heavy amount of pressure and scrutiny from the media. She was constantly working. In fact, there was a point in her career where she was releasing an album about every single year for 7 years in a row, which is a lot of work if you factor in the promo runs and the touring. But Rihanna had her moments where she was extra edgy and extra risque. She was really free and uninhibited, and that was a problem for some people, and she was criticized a lot. And there were a lot of struggles that she dealt with as well, not only professionally, but personally, with the heavy partying and the toxic relationships. I might get tired here at some point. And also the darkness that she probably was dealing with that we don't know about. There was a reason why she had her moments where she snapped out on people. So it's important to understand the state she was in at this time. She wasn't completely happy. Right now, she's in a happy place, and you can see that she's fulfilled in her life because she doesn't have the same demands that she did back then. Now, we're going to revisit some of Rihanna's clapbacks before getting into her feuds. Joan Rivers critiqued Rihanna for taking Chris Brown back after he violently attacked her. And she said, Rihanna confessed to Oprah Winfrey that she still loves Chris Brown. Idiot. Now it's my turn to slap her. Rihanna said, wow, you really do get slow when you're old, huh? MTV said, yikes, Rihanna's marijuana photos from Coachella sparked controversy. Rihanna said, yikes, Rihanna ran out of F's to give.
Actually, I love that clapback. I might use that. Anytime someone gets a negative comment, I'll be like, someone's like, oh wow, this was the worst video ever. Yikes, I ran out of fucks to give. I love this.
Piers Morgan said, P.S. I think Rihanna needs to grow her hair back fast. Rihanna said, grow a D fast. The actress
I like that one.
Vines even went on one of her unhinged rants and was going in on Rihanna. And she said, Rihanna, Chris Brown beat you because you're not pretty enough. Jesus. And Rihanna said, you see what happens when they cancel intervention? Someone else said, why does her hair look so nappy? And Rihanna said, because I'm black, B. Someone else commented under her picture and called her a crackhead, and she said, "Your sister." Someone else said, "Rihanna's pregnant but had 4 boyfriends last month. Ho for show." Rihanna said, "Hello, you must be my P. Nice to meet you." Another Twitter user said, "Wow, as I look through Rihanna's timeline, I realize how unclassy she actually is. I see a lot of C's and F's. Hashtag not cool, hashtag not attractive." Rihanna said, "F you, aunt." Hashtag unclassy, maybe. Celeb Buzz said,
that was right to the point.
Gone a little too far. Not
I love that one too.
Not a
so, fuck you, cunt. Like 50 on me would have tweeted that. I'm not gonna lie. The BlackBerry days a different time. Since getting an iPhone, I very rarely go on Twitter now. I go on like Instagram and Snapchat more.
Rihanna said, "F
and YouTube too, of course."
Hashtag unclassy, maybe. Celeb Buzz said, "Dear Rihanna, you have gone a little too far with this outfit. Maybe time to class it up and put some clothes on." She said, "Yo, P is way too dry to be riding my D like this." Twitter user with the handle 50 Pumps said, "Only females who are deprived of talent need to sell their art with sex and soft porn. Right, Rihanna?" She said, "Whatever you say, fishy poom poom." Another troll with the tag devil worshiper said, "Rihanna Navy, y'all know Rihanna a hoe, right? Yeah, she sucked Drake D and Eminem D. Ill, she's a big time O." And Rihanna said, "You left out a few." Also, Rihanna was beefing with the devil himself.
Look, you see, fuck right off.
Even the actor Charlie Sheen.
These tweets are funny.
And went on this long rant about how Rihanna avoided meeting his girlfriend at the time, and she wasn't able to meet her because she was being hounded by the paparazzi. But Charlie Sheen was still in his feelings and he was going off on her. And she said, "Girl, if that old queen don't get her diapers out of a bunch." And she posted a Photoshop picture of Charlie Sheen trying to get an autograph in her Twitter header. Also, Rihanna was racially attacked by a Dutch magazine editor named Eva Joki. And she called Rihanna an N-word and a B-word in one of her articles.
So that one you deserve to get dragged.
Upset. And she said, "I hope you could read English because your magazine is a poor representation of the evolution of human rights. I find you disrespectful and rather desperate. You ran out of legit civilized information to print." Rihanna's clapback was more detailed than that, but she did end it off by saying, "Well, with all respect on behalf of my race, here are my 2 words for
fuck you.
F you." So as you can see, Rihanna was getting attacked a lot. She wasn't just this mean girl who was picking fights and going off on people. A lot of people were coming for her, and she was bold enough to stand up for herself. And at the time, it didn't seem proper for a pop star to behave in this way. But after a while, Rihanna kind of made it acceptable because she wasn't allowing people to push her around. She stood up for herself, and nothing is wrong with that. Now, let's kind of get into some of the feuds. Now, Janae allegedly retweeted this tweet back in 2009 that said, "First Cassie, then Khalees, now Rihanna have nude pics and or sex tapes. There will be no great role models for our daughters except us." And some years later, Janae came back and said, "I really want to do a nasty song with Rihanna. I'll write it. And Rihanna replied and said, "Me? I'm a role model." So Rihanna waited a few years before she left that sarcastic remark. And Janae did deny retweeting this, but some people didn't believe her. But this was nothing more than a petty exchange and probably a misunderstanding. After that, Rihanna and Janae have been seen in pictures together, so it's clear that there's no issues between the two of them.
That's
Rihanna
good.
also had a feud with TLC that actually stemmed from a big misunderstanding. Back in 2014, TLC did an interview on Australia's Sunrise show, and the producers were very messy with the way they presented the interview. They kind of edited it in a way that made T-Boz seem like she was talking down on Rihanna, when that wasn't the case at all.
They singled out Rihanna.
"Every time I see you, you don't have to be naked."
Now, when Rihanna saw this, she posted a topless photo of TLC, highlighting their hypocrisy, and she also posted a meme of herself with the caption saying, "When there's no changing the fact that I'm me, and they're, well, they're them." Now, Rihanna definitely was sensitive and got in her feelings about this, but little did she know, this interview was nothing more than clickbait. And T-Boz went on to explain that she was not talking about Rihanna in that interview. The person in the interview, I was speaking on how people in reality TV at that moment, the more promiscuous you are, the more you're seen. And when I said every time I see you, you're naked, talking about reality TV, they put her picture.
And did you ever call anybody out by name? First of all, we never mentioned any artist name.
We never mentioned anything. No, I was talking about television shows. And then you heard me say something like, and it's, every time we see you, you're naked, and they put her picture up. Come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
Another feud Rihanna had was with Azalea Banks, and there was definitely no misunderstanding.
If I had money for every time Azalea Banks beef to somebody, I would be rich right now. Like, legit, I'd be rich. Was it Rihanna, Zayn, Nicki Minaj, Iggy Azalea, T.I., Lizzo? Nah, the Lizzo one though, I saw a clip of it, I was cracking up. I was cracking up because she had the audacity of saying it. I saw it in a D Chanel reaction video. That's nuts.
With this one because
She's
Azalea
looking crazy.
specifically attacked Rihanna. Azalea is known for trolling and shading pretty much everyone in the industry.
Yeah, everybody.
And Rihanna was no exception. There was many instances where she came at Rihanna unprovoked, and one of the many instances was back in 2017. Now, back in 2017, Rihanna spoke out against Donald Trump's Muslim ban, and Azalea pretty much told her to shut up and stop talking, and she called her stupid, and she basically said she's an immigrant who can't vote, and she went on a long rant.
Yeah, she has more money than you and more popularity than you, man.
Picture of herself saying, "The face you make when you an immigrant. Hashtag stay away from the chickens. Hashtag I heart nuggets. Hashtag save our hens." Now, this was a funny dig at Azalea. Azalea exposed the fact that she sacrifices chickens, which is really disgusting and creepy.
Save the chickens.
And then back and forth a few more times after that, Azalea basically called her a drug addict, and Rihanna basically implied that Azalea is crazy. But Azalea took it a little further when she leaked Rihanna's phone number to the public. Rihanna, in turn, also leaked Azalea's number, and she also exposed this text message Azalea sent her saying, "I don't have to do anything to you, miss. Beyonce is already working heavy on you. Ever think to stop and think that's why you have a drug and sex addiction? LOL, girlie, best of luck." And Rihanna said in her caption, "Weirdos." So the exchange between Azalea and Rihanna escalated pretty quickly, and they did end up deleting these posts. And I believe Rihanna realized that it wasn't worth it going back and forth with Azalea because she is, in fact, unhinged. Now, the next riff that Rihanna had was with Kendall Jenner. Kendall went on Twitter and said, "If Rihanna doesn't perform Complicated tomorrow, I'm going to be very upset."
Well, don't come.
Rihanna said, "Well, don't come." Now, some may have thought Rihanna was being sarcastic, but apparently she wasn't feeling Kendall like that. Now, the question is why? Well, some people feel like maybe she's not feeling Kendall because Kendall used to date her now boyfriend ASAP Rocky, but I don't think that's really the case. I think Rihanna just doesn't respect her. When Kendall first entered the modeling industry, she didn't really have a lot of respect because people felt like she only got there because of nepotism.
Yeah.
And some felt like she was taking opportunities away from real talented models. For example, Victoria's Secret dropped a black model named Jordan Dunn off of the show just to replace her with Kendall because Kendall was more popular.
That's fucked up.
Rihanna didn't like this at all, allegedly, and when she got wind of this, she dropped out of the show too. And Jordan took to Twitter and said, "Feeling so much better about not doing VS now that Rihanna isn't doing it also." Also, it was said that Rihanna threw some shade at Kendall at the Met Gala in 2018. Reports from Star Magazine said Rihanna was standing next to Kendall, and she said, "Good thing I have curves to pull this outfit off. I would hate to be a stick figure." She stared at Kendall and laughed in her face and walked away. Now, this is all alleged information. We don't know if that exactly happened, but it seems like Rihanna wasn't feeling Kendall for reasons we don't know. But more than likely, Rihanna probably doesn't have much respect for Kendall because of how she got on. She basically got on because of her clout-chasing culture vulture family, the Kardashians. Another feud that Rihanna had was with the singer Ciara. Now, this was kind of confusing because for the most part, Rihanna and Ciara had positive interactions with each other. However, in 2011, Ciara went on the Fashion Police and said that Rihanna wasn't very nice to her.
I ran into her recently at a party, and she wasn't the nicest. And it's crazy because I've always loved and respect what she's done with fashion, and I've ran into her, before. But this time, it was just really wasn't the most pleasant run-in. So, next.
Oh man.
You were crazy.
Now, when Rihanna saw this, she was upset. She said, "My bad, C. Did I forget to tip you? How rude of me." Ciara replied and said, "Trust me, Rihanna, you don't want to see me on or off the stage." Rihanna said, "You gangsta, huh? Ha! Good luck with booking that stage you speak of." And then she doubled back and said, "Ciara, I love you, girl. You hurt my feelings real bad on TV. I'm heartbroken. That's why I retaliated this way. So sorry. Hashtag let's make up." Ciara responded and said, "Ree, you know it's always been love since day one. Doing shows, everything. You threw me off in that party. Apology accepted. Let's chat in person." Now, we thought the issue was deaded between Rihanna and Ciara.
So you guess another one sparked up?
2 years later, in 2013, Rihanna's BFF Melissa posted a photo of her and Rihanna laughing at Ciara singing her song Body Party in her bathroom. Ciara was unamused and she said, "I don't have time for the silliness. Grow up and do something positive with yourselves for once. God bless." And she went on to speak about it in several interviews. Rihanna reacted to this saying, "Why am I still the main topic of her interviews? She don't be shamed though. How she let him play her like that every time? It's like, yeah, I know you're here to talk about insert album title, but we want to talk about a more relevant topic, Rihanna. Like she sits there and falls for it every time. Hashtag where is your publicist?"
Where's your
She also
publicist?
said, "How you gonna hate from outside? Thanks for the free promo, sis. When will they start asking her questions about her?"
Yeah.
Now, it is true that Ciara should have avoided answering questions about Rihanna because they were asking her about it too much in her interviews. But at the same time, the situation made Rihanna look crazy because she really came at Ciara for no reason at all. It honestly made her look very, very insecure. But years later, Rihanna was singing Ciara's song Goodies at the top of her lungs on her Instagram story, and she was showing Ciara love. So it's clear that Rihanna is a fan of Ciara, and Ciara did extend an olive branch to Rihanna and wished her a happy birthday. And she also wished her well on her pregnancy.
But I'm excited for her. Go, Riri. I mean, I'm excited for her. I know it's going to be beautiful. And that baby's going to be fly.
Now, what's interesting is while Rihanna and Ciara were going back and forth, SZA, who was unknown at the time, dissed both of them. She said, "I don't get it. Neither Rihanna or Ciara can hold a note worth something. One's just worse than the other. So what's the beef?" Now, SZA did make the excuse that she was young and she was a little S-head when she was 19. So she tweeted some things that weren't always nice. And even if Rihanna was aware of it, she didn't hold it against.
I mean, I was like that years ago.
Years later, they ended up working with each other. SZA penned Rihanna's song Consideration, which was a huge breakout moment in her career. And also, when SZA was racially profiled in Sephora, Rihanna sent her a Fenty Beauty gift card and a note saying, "Go buy your Fenty Beauty in peace, sis. One love, Rihanna." There was also a point when Rihanna had silent tension with Beyonce and Nicki Minaj. Now, publicly, Rihanna and Beyonce have always been very cordial because Rihanna had business ties to Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z. She was signed to his management company, Roc Nation. However, there was a bit of competition between Rihanna and Beyonce, mainly because they were pitted against each other. Also, there was whispers and rumors that Rihanna was Jay-Z's mistress, but those rumors were never confirmed to be true. Either way, they still were somewhat competing with each other, and they were even competing over songs. To bow down, B, and she was letting them know who was the queen.
Okay, let me see this last one. If this last one shit, then no.
Last but certainly not least, it was rumored that Rihanna had some tension with Nicki Minaj at one point. Rihanna and Nicki have always been close friends in the industry. They've hung out together, they collaborated with each other, they always interacted with each other on social media. They both had a lot in common. I mean, they were two island girls who became successful international superstars. So they were very cool, but they had a fallout around 2017. And this was the year when Nicki Minaj was facing a lot of pushback from the industry. This was her hate train era. So around this time, Rihanna and Nicki unfollowed each other. And interestingly enough, Rihanna liked a few posts from Remy Ma. Now,
shit.
Remy dissed Nicki in her song Sheather, and Rihanna was liking a few of her posts. She liked this one post that threw some shade at Nicki, and she also liked this post of Remy winning Best Hip Hop Artist over Nicki. Also, some fans suspected that Rihanna threw shade at Nicki over her Met Gala outfit. Nicki unknowingly put up a post that her fan created saying that she was one of the best dressed at the Met Gala. After that, Rihanna then put up a post showing credible sources crowning her the queen of the Met Gala. So some people felt like Rihanna was being a little shady when she did that. Now, interestingly enough, Nicki remained quiet about this whole tension between her and Rihanna. Even when she was asked about it by one of her fans on her Queen radio show, she avoided the question and hung up on her fan.
Is the Rihanna situation ever going to be cleared up, or are we going to talk about that? What Rihanna situation? Like, are you guys friends? What's your name? What's your name? My name's Precious. My Precious.
Just hung up for that.
I'm so lost. What happened to that?
That's some real stupid.
Precious, I had to cut the line, but I still love you. You still got my follow.
That's funny.
Whatever Rihanna and Nicki's beef was, it didn't last because in 2021, Rihanna and Nicki were spotted hanging out together and they were posting pictures with their family. So Nicki and Rihanna are still very cool. We still don't know exactly why they fell out. We don't know what happened behind the scenes between these two. There's been speculations that they fell out over Drake because both Nicki and Rihanna have been linked to Drake. Now, we don't know if Nicki was with Drake for real, but we do know that Rihanna was dating Drake at some point. Also, it was rumored that they may have fallen out over Meek Mill. But none of this was ever really confirmed.
Not Meek Mill.
I think the more likely reason why they fell out is because maybe they had a tense exchange behind the scenes. Nicki and Rihanna have spicy personalities, so that is very plausible. But whatever it was, they were able to set aside their differences, and they are still friends to this day. Now, I'm going to get into part 2 of this next video. I want you to stay tuned. Anyway, tell me what y'all...
Yeah, this one's really long as hell already. So yeah, it's a good thing we made a part 2. So I'm going to react to it though. I'll probably watch that in my own time. But yeah, nah, her clapbacks are funny though. All of them. Man, I can't do Rihanna and her clapbacks. They're bad funny. Surely. Seriously, you gotta love Twitter, right? The place where people are posting their porn for free on there. Not to mention the place where people are just talking a bunch of shit. It's mad funny. People have no mercy on Twitter. It's actually insane. One hand it's funny, but on the hand it can be very harmful. But yeah, but when the tweets are funny, they're funny. Really funny. Like, Rihanna's clapbacks here fucking crack me up. Some of them I'm definitely gonna use up, that's for sure. So commented, I love Rihanna's clapbacks. It's unfair for them to constantly attack her. Yeah. And the moral of the story, she really did say, don't come for me unless I send for you. And believe me, they came for her and she definitely came back for them. Oh gosh. Imagine having her as a friend. She'd be clapping back at people on Twitter, dragging people on Twitter on your behalf. It'd be mad funny. Truly. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. This video is really long as hell anyway. So yeah, I gotta go. This was insane though. Completely. Well, from start to finish, of course I skipped a bit, but yeah, from start to finish for the most part, yeah, this had me entertained. But yeah, I'm gonna head out. Okay, so that's it for this video. Like, subscribe if you want. I post if whenever I feel like it, and I'll see you next one. Bye.